From First Coast News Plus, this is First Coast News. On your side, we begin with breaking news.
It's uncalled for. It's really sad. It's senseless.
And that breaking news tonight, growing questions about what happened inside the Duval County Jail. And now we know Charles Faggart, the inmate who was critically injured earlier this week, has died.
And his family's attorney confirming today his death just a few hours ago, saying that the family is heartbroken and devastated. The statement saying today at 2:11 p.m., Charles Faggart was pronounced deceased, but Charles had been brain dead since Monday. It goes on to say this family has a right to know what happened to their son under Florida law, under Marcy's law, and under any sense of human decency. Even if Sheriff Waters refuses to share that information publicly, he owes this family the truth privately.
Faggart was inside the Duval County Jail when he was injured. That was on Monday. And Sheriff T.K. Waters confirmed 9 corrections employees were involved. They have all been stripped of their authority, and the FBI is helping with this investigation. Friends who knew Faggart say he was turning his life around. A father, a chef, and someone always quick with a smile.
And that breaking news tonight, conservative political activist Charlie Kirk has been killed. Thank you for joining us. I'm Heather Crawford.
And I'm Anthony Austin. Kirk was shot just under 2 hours ago during a college campus event in Utah. He was the CEO and co-founder of the conservative youth organization Turning Point USA.
In a post just minutes ago, President Trump revealing Kirk had died, saying, quote, "No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the U.S. better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he is no longer with us." I want to show you the scene in Utah as first responders rushed to the shooting location this afternoon. At this hour, despite earlier reports, the shooting suspect is not in custody. Kirk was speaking under the white tent on the campus of Utah Valley University this afternoon. You can see now that area left empty. Authorities say Kirk was shot about 200 yards away.
And this is video from when Kirk made a stop on his tour here in Florida, in Gainesville. He spoke on the University of Florida campus this past February.
And we will continue to bring you updates as we learn the very latest in this fast developing story. But again, Charlie Kirk shot to death this afternoon while speaking at an event in Utah.
And right now at 5, we are on your side as a weather alert remains in place this evening. Imelda became a hurricane this morning at 8 as it turned away from the U.S. is heading to Bermuda, where a hurricane watch is in effect. Bermuda is expecting several inches of rain and also some dangerous storm surge.
So closer to home, let's take a live look right now at Jacksonville Beach. Here on our first coast, we are still tracking coastal impacts with some breezy conditions and rip currents. And now they'll look at this video from the Outer Banks in North Carolina. We have video here of that structure, that home, falling as waves crash into it. So it's rough for a lot of folks. Let's bring in Chief Meteorologist Lewis Turner. And the latest from the National Hurricane Center just in right.
Just came in. I mean, here in the last couple of minutes, we get a 5 o'clock update. So one thing that is clearly pretty obvious in this update is that pronounced turn away.
Thank you, Lou. Tonight we're checking on infrastructure around the state meant to protect against storm surge. In Jacksonville Beach, the Army Corps of Engineers completed a project a year ago to ensure the dunes stay strong in conditions like we're seeing right now. Faria Abrar is live at Jacksonville Beach, and as you know, if you've lived here a long time, those dunes are critical. They really are our first line of defense when this weather gets fierce.
Absolutely, Jeannie. Like you just said, these dunes are not just here for a beautiful view for beachgoers. Live at Jacksonville Beach, Fariha Abrar, First Coast News, on your side.
Fariha, thank you. And we are always on your side with the latest tropical outlooks and also forecast online. You can find those in the First Coast News app. Just look for the Hurricane Central section by going to our website, firstcoastnews.com/hurricanes. Right now at 5, more than 80 dogs rescued in Union County on Wednesday amid an intensifying multi-agency investigation into an alleged dog fighting operation. Now these dogs, they were left in various conditions of mistreatment. We're talking about some disturbing images tonight of neglect, covered in scars, others in filthy conditions, some even missing their legs. Thank you for joining us at 5. I'm Anthony Austin.
I'm Heather Crawford. So investigators say some of these animals may have suffered for years. Our Fariha Abrar joins us now with the disturbing details uncovered by Humane World responders this week and the urgent warning tonight that they want everyone to hear. Fariha?
Responders on the scene told us when they arrived at each of the 3 properties involved, what they found was heartbreaking.
That's so hard to see. And, you know, I'm glad they're getting the care that they need, but a lot of people out there, I want to adopt these dogs. Can I adopt them?
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people out there want to, but not yet. According to McFall, it's confidential where these animals are getting their treatment right now, and she told me that adopting them out is far down the road on their journey to heal.
Now, you also mentioned that Humane World has a warning for people who are watching tonight. What do they want people to know?
If you see something, say something. Heather, Anthony, these animals in inhumane conditions are only saved by people who can call out for help on their behalf. So keep an eye out for suspicious animal activities in your neighborhood and report accordingly.
All right, Fariha, thank you so much for that update.
What do you have to say to the family grieving a 7-year-old son?
I'm sorry for their loss, and I'm an innocent man.
The moment 2 17-year-olds were escorted by officers to the Duval County Jail today after being arrested and charged in the murder of the 7-year-old named Breon Allen.
2 17-year-olds have been arrested in the murder of Allen. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office is saying they were the 2 that pulled the trigger leading to the death of Allen.
Well, good evening to you. Breon Allen's mother has described him as a star athlete who was loved by everyone he met. The day before his death, he had just started practicing basketball.
So let's break down the timeline of events tonight. On January 24th, Breon Allen was walking along the sidewalk on Jacksonville's west side with 21-year-old Lafayette Mango, the intended target, who is a known gang associate, when multiple shooters in a dark Kia Soul pulled up. You saw it in the video that we've shared here before, shooting Mango and Allen.
On March 12th, JSO arrested 4 men on murder charges in connection to Allen's murder. 3 of the men are documented gang members, while 1 is a documented gang associate.
And today, Dante McGee and Tavares Kelly were arrested and charged with murder, attempted murder, and conspiracy to commit murder. We are choosing to identify the teenagers because of the crimes that they're accused of. They were both escorted by officers to Duval County Jail this afternoon. And right now at 6, we're keeping a close eye on Tropical Storm Imelda, the 9th named storm of the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season.
So the good news tonight, the storm should stay far enough offshore to spare our beaches from the worst of it. But we are seeing some impacts, things like rip currents, minor coastal flooding, wind gusts, and some heavy rain.
And we have team coverage for you tonight. In a few minutes, our Terry Gilliam is live in Fernandina Beach with expected impacts there. Our meteorologist Robert Spada is in St. Johns County with the latest conditions.
But first, tonight we begin with Chief Meteorologist Lewis Turner. So, Lou, what do people need to know right now?
I think that this storm is turning. It's going to turn. It's going to, at its closest, is going to be more than 300 miles away from us.
Right. All right, Lou, thank you. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the newscast, we have team coverage tonight, and we want to go now to Fernandina Beach.
That's right. Rougher ocean conditions are expected throughout the coming days. Our Terry Gilliam is there now live. Terry, it can be pretty dangerous if anyone tries to get into the water.
Yeah, that's right, Heather. It's pretty calm right now, but the message is clear. Live in Fernandina, I'm Terry Gilliam, First Coast News, on your side.
Terry, thank you. Our live team coverage of Imelda continues now in St. Johns County. Meteorologist Robert Spetta is live in the Protector. So, Robert, describe the conditions where you are.
Yeah, we're at St. Johns County. Now, you can probably stay still here because we're at St. Johns County right here on the beach. We're still driving around St. Augustine. If you see us, say hi. We're also continuing the stream with this live stream inside the Protector on FCN+.
All right, meteorologist Robert Spetta doing a great job giving us perspective there from the Protector. And to get the latest tropical outlooks, you can look for the latest information in the Hurricane Central section of our website, firstcoastnews.com/hurricanes. You can also check the weather section on the First Coast News app for the latest forecast. Or right now, if you don't have the app, just text APP to 904-633-2402 and we'll send it to your phone right now so you can download it.
First at 5, we are learning more tonight about a heartbreaking case in Clay County where a 14-year-old boy is accused of killing his own parents.
Deputies have now released parts of the 911 calls the teenager made after the shooting.
I'm going to pray first. I need to pray.
You need to pray?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Before you start praying, tell me exactly where you're at.
The contents of the call are heavily redacted due to the ongoing murder investigation. So that was video right there showing an ICE agent fatally shooting 37-year-old Renee Good in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Heather Crawford.
And I'm Jeannie Blaylock. The shooting happened yesterday during Trump administration's biggest immigration crackdown so far. The Department of Homeland Security has alleged Good was attempting to run over law enforcement officers when an ICE officer shot her. This is a claim that local officials are disputing.
Now, Good was a U.S. citizen and also a mother of 3. According to the Associated Press, she had just dropped off her son at school and she was driving home when they came across a group of ICE agents.
And now more disturbing video has surfaced from this shooting. In the video, you're going to see a man at the scene. He's heard saying he is a physician, and he asked to check on the victim. Federal agents responding in that video saying no.
Can I go check a pulse? No, back up now. I'm a physician.
Hey, listen, we understand. We got EMS coming. I get it. Just give us a second.
Now, that shooting sparking outrage across the country with protests against immigration and customs enforcement surging. That includes in San Francisco, Sacramento, Seattle, and also in Colorado Springs and right here in Jacksonville. Immigrant activists pushing back.
Christina Burgess is joining us live now from outside the federal courthouse in downtown Jacksonville. And demonstrators have gathered, and it is an anti-ICE rally, Christina.
Heather and Jeannie, local activists are mobilizing as part of a nationwide response to this deadly shooting.
Right now at 5 on this Wednesday, we're starting off with breaking news. Several large brush fires impacting parts of Nassau, Baker, and Putnam counties. Thank you for joining us. I'm Anthony Austin.
I'm Heather Crawford. So these fires causing evacuations and traffic issues at this hour. Take a look at this brush fire. This is in Nassau County from above as crews are fighting the flames there on the ground. Right now, the fire there is affecting about 60 acres. No structures have been impacted. And we have team coverage for you tonight from Putnam and Nassau County. Our Zach Wilcox is in Putnam County with the smoky conditions from a brush fire that started there on Saturday. But first tonight, we begin with our Sydney Deshawn, who joins us live from Nassau County. And Sydney, that fire is only about 25% contained right now.
And when we first drove in, we saw signs warning about the heavy fog and smoke, and you can see just exactly that right behind me here. For now, reporting live in Nassau County, Sydney Deshawn, First Coast News, on your side.
Our crews working hard out there. And now to this wildfire in Baker County. A spot fire on I-10 West has spread from 5 acres and now grown to more than 100 acres. And the areas of Noah Davis and Butcher Road right now are under mandatory evacuation orders. Now on the left side of your screen right there, that is a live look at the fire. And then on the right side of your screen, that's from about 2 hours ago. If you're in that area, do expect smoky conditions.
All right, now we want to go to Putnam County because there are smoky conditions right now in Interlochen. So you're actually taking a live look at that smoke. Actually, this appears to be video here from the Putnam County Sheriff's Office showing just how smoky it is in that area. So thick you could hardly see in front of you, and this is what many people in Interlochen woke up to this morning.
Yeah, bad conditions there. It's actually day 5 of a large brush fire that keeps filling the sky with smoke. And I want to show you some pictures of the brush fire that started on Saturday, burning more than 300 acres, so a very large fire there. Our Zach Wilcox is live tonight along State Road 20 in Interlochen. And Zach, the smoke has mostly cleared for now, but authorities are concerned that it could come back.
Yeah, Heather, when you're talking about a 300-acre fire, it's hard to get a perspective of that when you're really close to it. So we actually moved a few miles up the road here on State Road 20